Most canyon crashes happen because the rider did something preventable, not mechanical failure, not road conditions. The rider screwed up. Here's the real kicker. Most of them thought they knew what they were doing. They had been riding for years. They had the gear, the bike, the confidence. What they did not have was the actual skill to back it up. I am breaking down the 12 mistakes that separate safe canyon riders from statistics. These first 3 mistakes happen before you are even committed to the turn. They are the foundation problems that set you up for disaster later. The worst part is they feel comfortable. You have probably been riding this way for months, maybe years, and nothing bad has happened yet. That is the trap. These mistakes do not kill you every time. They kill you the one time something goes wrong, and you need your bike to respond instantly. That is when you find out your foundation was built on sand. Mistake 1, the dangerously lazy foot. Look at your foot position right now. Where is your boot on the peg? If you are like most riders, your heel is on the peg and your toes are hanging down toward the pavement. That is the lazy position. It feels natural. It is also setting you up for a crash. Here is what happens when you lean the bike over with your toes hanging down. Your toe becomes the lowest point on your bike, not your peg, not your exhaust, but your actual foot. When that toe drags pavement at lean angle, you are going to the hospital. I have watched riders lose control because their boot caught the road mid-corner and yanked their foot off the peg. But here's the bigger problem. With your heel on the peg, you have zero access to your rear brake. None. Something goes wrong mid-corner and you need to modulate your rear brake. You are already committed and you have no tools to fix it. The correct position is simple. Ball of your foot on the peg. Toes pointed up against the bike. Every single time you are in the twisties. Yes, it is less comfortable on the highway, I get it. But once you start leaning, get those toes up. Your emergency response time depends on it. Mistake 2, target fixation, the crash magnet. You know that feeling when you are coming into a blind corner and you are staring at the pavement 10 feet in front of your tire? That is target fixation. It is the reason riders go straight into guardrails on corners they could have easily made. Here is how your eyes should work in a corner. 80% of your focus needs to be as far up the road as you can see, not kind of far, as far as possible. Your peripheral vision handles the close stuff. It is designed for that. Your central vision needs to be scanning the exit of the corner before you even start leaning. Let us say you are coming into a big, blind right-hander. You cannot see past the corner entry. As you approach, your eyes should be scanning everything you can see. Tar snakes, gravel, dead animals, debris. But the second you can see further into the corner, your focus shifts there. By the time your bike is actually leaning, 90% of your attention is on where you want to exit. The crash reports prove this pattern. Where you look is where you go. Stare at the guardrail, and your bike will find it. Look through the corner to the exit, and your bike follows your eyes. It is not magic. It is basic physics combined with how your brain processes visual information. Mistake number 3, the engine braking myth. I followed riders through 30 miles of twisty roads and watched their brake lights stay off the entire time, not once. They are relying completely on engine braking. They drop from 6th gear to 2nd gear before the corner and let the engine slow them down. It feels smooth. It feels controlled. It is also stupid. Here is the problem. Engine braking gives you zero modulation. You cannot adjust it mid-corner. You cannot feather it. You cannot release it if you realize you have slowed too much. You are committed to whatever deceleration the engine provides based on the gear you selected. Real brakes give you options. You can squeeze progressively. You can release smoothly. You can modulate based on what the corner demands. And in an emergency, you have actual stopping power. instead of hoping your engine compression is enough. Brake pads are cheaper than engines, way cheaper than medical bills. Learn to use them. Those 3 will get you before you are even committed to the turn. But here is where things get deadly. The next 3 mistakes happen when you are actually setting up your line and committing to the corner. These are the ones that put you in direct conflict with physics, oncoming traffic, or both. And unlike the foundation mistakes, these ones can kill you instantly. No warning, no second chance. Just you, your bad line choice, and a truck coming the other way with mirrors wider than your lane. Mistake 4, the head-on hug. Watch riders on canyon roads and you will see the same pattern. They hug the double yellow line like it is a safety rail. Coming into a left-hander, they are riding inches from oncoming traffic. They think they are taking the racing line. What they are actually doing is eliminating every escape option they have. Let us say you are in a blind left corner. You cannot see what is coming. You are hugging that yellow line because it feels like the smooth, fast line. Then a truck comes around with mirrors that stick out 2 feet past the lane. You have nowhere to go. You are already committed to the lean. You are right next to oncoming traffic. Your options just went to 0. Here is the correct line for street riding. Start on the outside of your lane. Move to the middle as you apex. Exit back toward the outside if you want. Outside, middle, outside. Or stay middle the whole way through. It does not matter. What matters is you are in the middle of your lane when things go wrong. In the middle of your lane, you have 4 options. Accelerate, brake, swerve left, swerve right. At the yellow line, you have 0 options except pray that the truck driver sees you. Stop hugging the yellow line. It is not faster. It is just stupid. Mistake 5. The push-pull lie. Every single handlebar in the world goes forward and backward. Not up and down, forward and backward. Go ahead and name one motorcycle where the handlebars go directly up and down. You cannot, because it does not exist. But I still see riders trying to steer their bikes like they are pulling and pushing handlebars vertically. That is not how physics works. If you want to go left, you push forward on the left handlebar. Want to go right? Push forward on the right handlebar. That is counter steering. It is not optional. It is how motorcycles turn at speed. The problem is most riders do not consciously know they are doing it. They just kind of steer and the bike responds. That works fine until something goes wrong. Then their instinct takes over and they try to muscle the bike with the wrong inputs. The bike does not respond fast enough. Target fixation kicks in. They go straight into whatever they were trying to avoid. Understanding counter steering means you can make emergency corrections instantly. Not understanding it means you are riding on borrowed time until the day your instincts fail you. Mistake 6. Peer pressure, the ego trap. Your buddy is up ahead doing 50 through corners. You are back here doing 20. The gap keeps growing. You start feeling pressure to keep up. So you push harder. You enter corners faster than your skill level allows. That is how people crash. Here is the thing. That rider up ahead has taken courses. They have logged thousands of miles in the twisties. They know their bike. They know their limits. You do not know yours, because the worst judge of your own skill is yourself. People overestimate their ability all the damn time. You are responsible for your safety, not keeping up with the group. If everyone started 20 miles back, and the goal is to reach the gas station ahead, it does not matter if someone wants to take corners at 50. You take them at 20 if that is your comfort level. You are the one riding the bike. You are the one who goes to the hospital if you crash. Ride your own ride. Now we are getting into the technical stuff that separates weekend riders from people who actually understand what their bike is doing. These next 3 mistakes are about physics, preparation, and understanding how your machine responds to inputs. The foundation mistakes will get you eventually. The line mistakes will get you fast. But these physics problems are the ones that catch experienced riders, the ones who think they know what they are doing, the ones who have been getting away with bad technique for years, until the day the math stops working in their favor. Mistake 7. The vanity upgrade. Let's talk about where riders spend their money. New exhaust system, carbon fiber everything, rear sets, LED lights, custom paint. Thousands of dollars dumped into hardware upgrades that do absolutely nothing for riding ability. Meanwhile, they are wearing jeans and a t-shirt. They have never taken an advanced riding course, and they spend zero time practicing emergency braking or slow speed maneuvers. All hardware, no software. I know a guy here in San Diego who rides a Yamaha R3, a 300 cubic centimeter bike, and he is faster through the canyons than 80% of the leader bike riders out there. Not because his bike is better. It is not. It is because he is a better rider. He has taken courses. He practices. He has invested in his skill instead of his parts catalog. The bike you have right now is fine. It is more capable than you are. Stop upgrading it and upgrade yourself. Take a track day. Take an advanced street riding course. Spend money on quality protective gear that will keep your skin attached to your body. That is the upgrade that actually matters. Mistake 8. Improper gear selection, the wrong tool. You are lugging along in 6th gear on a twisty road. A corner comes up. You panic and you drop all the way to 2nd. Now you are either over-revving or you have no power band to work with. Either way, you are in the wrong gear for what the road demands. Being in the wrong gear means you have no acceleration options when things go wrong. Something sketchy happens mid-corner and you need to power out of trouble? Too bad. You are either in 6th gear lugging the engine or in 2nd gear bouncing off the rev limiter. There is a 30-mile stretch of twisty road that could be ridden in 4th gear the entire way, smooth and consistent, always in the power band. But I watch riders shift up to 6th on the straights and drop to 2nd for the corners. They are working way harder than they need to and giving themselves fewer options. Proper gear selection means you are always in the power band, always ready to accelerate if needed, and always able to engine brake smoothly without jerking the bike around. Learn your bike's power delivery and keep it in the gear that gives you options. Mistake 9. Riding cold tires, the instant low side. Rubber needs heat to grip. That's not an opinion, that's chemistry. Your tires don't care that you're late or that you're excited to hit the twisties. They need heat to provide traction. The first few corners of the day are where I see experienced riders go down on perfectly clear pavement at reasonable speeds. First few corners are when the danger shows up. They know the road. They've taken the corner 100 times. But their tires are cold and physics doesn't negotiate. Cold tire crashes look identical every time. Smooth pavement, moderate speed, reasonable lean angle, sudden slide. The rider is sitting there confused because everything felt normal right up until the bike was sliding out from under them. The warm-up protocol nobody follows is simple. For the first few miles, take it easy. Gradually increase lean angle. Let the tires build heat through normal riding before you start pushing. Yeah, it's boring. It's also the difference between a fun day and a crashed bike. We're almost done, but these last 3 are the ones that happen mid-corner when you think you're safe. Mid-corner mistakes are the scary ones. You've made it past the entry. You've committed to the lean. You're halfway through and feeling good. That's when these mistakes strike. Unlike the earlier problems that give you a split second to react, these mid-corner killers happen instantly. One wrong input, one panic reaction, one bad habit you've been getting away with for years, and suddenly you're sliding or you're in the oncoming lane with no way back. Mistake 10, fixating on corner entry speed, the speed trap. You are obsessing over how fast you can enter the corner, 50 miles per hour, 60 miles per hour. You are focused on that entry speed number like it is a competition. Meanwhile, you are completely ignoring how fast you exit, and that is the problem. Focusing only on entry speed leads to 3 disasters. First, you brake too late trying to maintain speed. Second, You run wide because you carried too much speed to hold your line. Third, you panic mid-corner because you realize you screwed up and now you are fixating on the guardrail. The correct focus is smooth entry, early apex, and a strong exit. Entry speed does not matter if you cannot complete the corner safely. I have watched riders enter corners 10 miles per hour slower than they could have, and exit faster than the riders who came in hot because they set up the corner correctly. Speed means nothing if you are running wide into the oncoming lane or braking mid-corner because you overcooked the entry. Stop obsessing over entry speed and focus on corner completion. Mistake 11, chopping the throttle mid-corner, the panic move. You are mid-lean, everything is fine. Then you see something that scares you. Gravel, a car, or a tighter radius than you expected. Your instinct screams at you to close the throttle immediately. So you do. That is when the bike slides out from under you. Here is what actually happens when you chop the throttle mid-corner. Weight transfers forward instantly. The rear tire unloads. The suspension compresses in front and extends in back. Your contact patch changes. Your lean angle is suddenly wrong for your speed. The bike will either low side or stand up and run wide into oncoming traffic. Smooth throttle through corners saves lives. Even maintenance throttle beats chopping. If you absolutely have to slow down mid-corner, trail brake gently. Squeeze the front brake progressively while maintaining or slightly rolling on throttle. Do not just snap the throttle shut and hope physics does not notice. The riders who crash mid-corner on clear pavement at reasonable speeds are usually the ones who panicked and chopped the throttle. The bike was fine until they made the panic input. Mistake 12, improper body position, also called the tourist lean. You are sitting bolt upright on your bike, spine straight, head centered. You let the bike do all the leaning while your body stays vertical, like you are riding to the grocery store. That is tourist body position, and it limits your cornering clearance and your safety margin. Here's the problem. When you sit upright and let only the bike lean, you need more lean angle to make the same corner. More lean angle means less ground clearance. Less ground clearance means you are closer to dragging hard parts. Dragging hard parts leads to losing traction and crashing. Proper body position puts your weight slightly to the inside of the turn, not hanging off like a racer, just shifting your upper body so your head is over the inside mirror. This allows the bike to stay more upright while still making the corner. More upright means more ground clearance. More ground clearance means more safety margin. Body position multiplies your skill. Good position makes average riders look smooth. Bad position makes skilled riders look clumsy. And it costs nothing to move your body correctly. So there you have a dozen ways to end up in a ditch, or worse. 12 mistakes that separate riders who make it home from riders who become statistics. Some of these you probably knew already, others might have surprised you. But here is what matters. These are not opinions. These are not riding styles or preferences. These are the proven, documented patterns that show up in crash reports, medical records, and insurance claims year after year. The riders who avoid these mistakes ride longer, the ones who do not eventually pay the price. Which of these are you guilty of? Drop a comment and let me know. And if you want to actually fix these problems instead of just knowing about them, hit subscribe so we can keep building a safer, smarter riding community together.